Do you consider yourself a nice guy? I know because I'm a former nice guy myself. Well, I still think I'm a nice guy, but are you a nice guy to women? We all know the phrase that nice guys finish last. So what I want to do in this video is talk about 3 things and 3 reasons why nice guys always finish last with women and how you can fix those 3 things to make sure that you're getting the women that you want. So the first reason why nice guys finish last with women is because no one wants to play a game that is too easily won, okay? The thing is, when you're extra nice to women, okay, there's nothing wrong with being a nice person, but when you're over the top and hanging on her every word and giving your undivided attention so much and so agreeable that you're being extra nice, the woman knows she has you. And once she knows she has you in the palm of her hands, it's just a game that's too easy to win, right? It's like playing a game of basketball with a bunch of 5-year-olds and lowering the rim to 6 feet instead of 10 feet, right? You could just dribble up and dunk on the kids. Now that might be fun for a little bit, but you're gonna get sick of playing this game because it's too easy. There's no challenge. And women crave a challenge when it comes to meeting and aligning with men, okay? By having somewhat of a challenge, it not only makes it more fun and interesting, right, which is a huge part of it, but also shows that, hey, look, this guy probably has other options, okay? He's not too easily won over. And we always value something that we work for, okay? Think of people who just inherited money, right? Or somebody who is always naturally in good shape. They're never gonna appreciate it as much as the person, you know, who was built from scratch, who went from zero to hero, right? The person who lost the weight on their own and got into shape, right? We're always going to appreciate the things that we work for a little bit more. So when it comes to being a nice guy, think about how you can be a little bit more challenging to women sometimes, not always so agreeable, you know, maybe having her work a little bit to earn your interest, right? Instead of just throwing compliments and things, like that's a big mistake nice guys make, is throwing so many compliments and being so extra sweet and generous to women before they even earned it, right? Now, if a woman is awesome and has something about her personality that you really like, that's a time to give someone a compliment. But if you're just giving compliments because she's so beautiful or just because she's a woman in general, then you're playing a game. You're letting her play a game that is way too easily won. And I mean you're being won over way too easily. So you definitely want to be more of a challenge when it comes to interacting with women. Now, the second reason why nice guys finish last with women is because when you're overly nice, it comes off as fake. And because it's fake, it's actually a tool used for manipulation, okay? It's a manipulative action to act a certain way because you're trying to get something from someone else. So what happens is, you know, as a normal guy, if he was interacting with his family or his friends or even his coworkers, he'd be normal, he'd be chill, he wouldn't be too over the top. But when he starts talking to an attractive woman, he starts to throw out those extra compliments, right? He starts to be super agreeable. He starts to, you know, go out of his way, go above and beyond to, you know, really put her on a pedestal. And the thing is, he's being overly nice. And, you know, some guys, you know, taking girls out to dinner and buying them gifts and doing all this crazy stuff before she's even earned your interest, right? When you're doing all that stuff, it's actually manipulative. And a lot of women say that, you know, they don't like feeling obligated to reciprocate something back to someone else. So if you're being overly nice and generous and all these things because you want something back from the woman and you're trying to make her feel obligated to give back her interest or intimacy or whatever it may be to you, then it's a manipulative tool that a lot of nice guys use. So a lot of nice guys think they're just being nice because, oh, I'm a gentleman and I'm this and that. But, you know, a lot of times they're doing it just to be manipulative to get something back from the woman. Where if they were just being genuine and being open and honest and being who they are, then they would just be a normal person. And then when they found something they liked, then they'd reward that, right? When someone put some investment in on their part, like if the woman invested on her part, then they would invest back on their part as well too. It would be more of a give and take situation rather than just really, you know, being extra generous, give this and that, giving all your attention, giving your compliments, giving your energy, gifts, whatever it may be, because you want to get something back, right? If you're giving too much up front, it really becomes actually a manipulative tactic, okay? So you want to be on the same wavelength. You give a little, you know, have the other person give a little. If they don't reciprocate the interest and they don't reciprocate the generosity in your favor, then that's not going to be cool with you. That's not something that you're going to stand for. So you want to keep in mind that you and her are teammates in this interaction. You want both of you to contribute and not you necessarily going over the top. You know, another example of this is, guys will, study this stuff and be like, okay, I have to have all the right things to say, and I got to provide all the conversation and be super interesting. And they're so worried actually about what they're doing, right, that they don't even pay attention and listen to the girl, okay? You want to have a conversation that's 50-50, right? An interaction that goes both ways, right? And that's where you're going to have the right type of connection, right? You wouldn't tolerate that from a friendship, right? If you had a friend where you were generous with, you gave to, you were extra kind to, and they didn't give you anything back, you would cut them out right away, right? And you have to be the same with anyone that you interact with. And the third and final reason why nice guys finish last is because when you're extra nice, you come off as desperate. I can't think of anything that kills attraction faster than desperation. If you want to show a woman that you have no options, you really need something from her, and that you're desperate, you're going to kill attraction right away. We all know that women like the guy who, has other options, who has other women that he can talk to, who has the take it or leave it mindset, who, values his time with the girl, but at the same token, he doesn't need anything from her because he can go meet somebody else. He's had success in the past. He may even have other women that he's talking to now, right? Somebody who already is approved by other women is the number one attraction switch. So when you are extra nice and, you're hitting a girl up, how's your day? How's this? How's that? And being so attentive to her by giving her so much of your attention, it reeks of desperation. And like I said, desperation kills attraction faster than anything. So like I said, you don't want to give so much attention up front. You want to let her work a bit. You want to let her maybe chase you a little. Let her put in some work to see you again. Let her put in some work to get to know you as well. Let her put in some investment in the interaction. You can lead with giving a little bit, but you have to have it reciprocated as well too. And if you're not giving her an opportunity to reciprocate, right? If you're talking so much and sharing so much, not even giving her an opportunity to ask you a question. A lot of things, one of the big things that guys fear in an interaction with women is they fear silence. Right? If there's a moment of silence, they're like, well, I have to fill it. I have to be interesting. I have to be this. I have to be that. Where I've seen a lot of guys who are naturally really good with women, they talk slow. And if there's silence, they stay in it comfortably. And you know what happens in that silence? They don't have in their head that, oh, I have to be extra nice and polite and I have to share some things with her. They just have in their head that this is cool. Like, I could be silent for a minute. And 9 times out of 10, when you have those silences and you don't freak out and try to fill it with space, 9 times out of 10, the girl will ask you a question, okay? The girl will try to get to know you, and the girl will start investing in the interaction, okay? That's a big thing. I had guys years ago, we were listening to an audio, actually, of me talking to women. This was years ago. And I remember one of the biggest takeaways the guys had, who said, wow, you left a lot of silence in your interactions, and that let women actually contribute and ask me questions, okay? And that way, you're both playing that game evenly rather than you being extra nice, filling the space, and trying to do all of the work. So that's a really big takeaway for you here in this video. If you have any things that you struggle with being a nice guy and any questions about what I talked about in this video, please leave a comment below and let me know what you're working on. And let's have a great new year. And I'll have lots of videos for you lined up on my channel.